Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica, and on today's video, this is my weekend WIP. I'm going to be working in World of Fairies by Sara Burrier. I started this WIP a long time ago, like super long, and it's this one here, so we're going to work on that one. Yeah, so grab a cup of tea or grab your coloring and join me, and we'll get started. All right, so I kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit of my process of picking colors. And I don't really know what my plan was for this page when I started it all those many moons ago. But on a page like this, I would normally do the background first. So I'm trying to think if I should just do... I feel like that would be really boring for you guys, but usually these weekend WIPs are not so much about me working on the page and more about a little bit of chatting. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's do, because it's going to be a night page because there's the moon behind her. I feel like this moon should probably shine through the wings a little bit. I think that would look really neat. I probably don't have the shadows right for the lighting, but I don't usually worry about that a whole bunch because I feel like I would screw it up anyway if I tried to figure out where the shadows were. So all right, I went with blue hair for some reason previously. So let's do a couple of these mushrooms blue to kind of carry that color in. I think that would look cool. Maybe these dotted ones would look neat blue. So let's see if we can find something similar to, I'm using Black Widows. Hopefully they work well on this paper. I've not tested that out yet, but it is what it is. Okay, ooh, this one says Blue Moon. That's a pretty color. Let's go with that one. The hard part is finding, you know what? I'm gonna move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. Because I've got like a stack of, or my pencils are kind of stacked up. So here's my colors here. So we needed Blue Moon, and it was next to two Black Widow ones. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we got Blue Moon, and then let's go with this Blue Horizon. That one looks pretty too. And then for a lighter color, that's the only thing that I don't like about the Black Widows is they don't have a light, like those really light blues like Prismacolors have. I wish that they had more of those. They have tons of pinks and creams and greens, all of the other colors except for there's only one really light purple, and there's this cat's eye blue, but it's not, I'll use it, I think, today. That's sky. That's not what I want. Is it? No, sky's too aqua. There's the cat's eye, but it's not quite blue. It's more of a, I don't know. It's like gray. I don't know how to describe it. It's not really gray either. It's a very interesting color. I really like the color, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for at this time. So, all right, I do have to give my pencils a quick sharpen. I hope everybody is having a good weekend so far. I don't have a whole lot of plans this weekend, which I'm thankful for. I'd like my weekends to be relaxed and easy and not too much going on. But I've got my buddy Amy's coming over today, so I'm super excited about that. And we're gonna hang out and color. She's not as into coloring as me, but she's just as good as I am, so I wish she was. Yeah, so she's gonna come over and hang out. I think, let's see. Now I just said I wasn't gonna worry about the lighting, but now I am a little bit. I think I'm gonna do, because this one would be completely in shadow. this one would probably be mostly in shadow, but this one is going to get a lot of highlight from the light just right in this area. So I'm going to color this top part. I think I'll probably go over these with a white and not worry about that right now. Okay, just to kind of reserve that highlight color. I don't, maybe I'll just do a light layer, because again, these Black Widow pencils work better over a light layer. Okay, I'm going to do the whole thing actually, just really lightly. There we go. Anyway, so she's coming over, we're going to color, we're going to hang out, and her birthday is next week, so I am surprising her with some cupcakes. Hopefully she doesn't watch this before she comes over. I don't think she does. I'm not even sure she watches it. Most of my family and my friends don't watch, but I do have a couple people who do, so thank you, and I love you to those of you that are watching. Well, I need to do more of that because it's more in shadow. You have a little bit of light at the top. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty color. It's really dark. And yeah, these Black Widows are working fantastic on here. I have been having so much fun with these Black Widows lately. They are working in every book that I am throwing at them. And I really, really like it. So yeah, so we're going to do that. I'm going to, we've got a little bit of a birthday present for her and some cupcakes. So I think that'll be fun. And then we'll just hang out and chat. I haven't seen her in a while, so that's always good when you get to see your friends. And then tomorrow, I'll finish talking about my weekend and then switch topics. Tomorrow, I've got a photo shoot with my niece. I'm super excited to take pictures of her. It's her senior year, and she's a beautiful girl, so she's going to do great in front of the camera, I'm sure. And yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day. We're gonna go probably to a park. Everything's blooming, so everything's nice and springy. I think it'll be really nice. I'm gonna go back over it. I don't like the way that that's kind of green now. So I'm gonna go back over it a little bit with this blue. Maybe I could use my white, and that would help it out a little bit. Let's see. A little bit. Oh, hang on just a second. Okay, sorry. Allergies are really kicking in for me here. So as much as I enjoy all the spring flowers blooming everywhere, yeah, my allergies are having a fit. Let's see. So I've got these other two little mushrooms down here I'm going to work on. Yeah, so we're going to go take pictures, and then, yeah, just kind of hang out a little bit, I think. Haven't got to see her lately either, so, yeah, just excited to spend some time with some family and friends this weekend. Sorry, I'm focusing a little bit on this. Let's see what's going on with coloring. Oh, okay. So I am currently desperately waiting for a couple of books to show up so I can show you all my haul. I think I might have mentioned this last weekend WIP, but I may have gone a little bit cuckoo with my buying. once Lent was over, which the whole point of it was for me to not do that, but I am doing better. I'm not buying everything I see. Although this past week was a little rough because I just happened to check out Lucy Just Adds Colors reviews of the Carolina Kubikowska books. And then I immediately went out and bought everything that I could get my hands on. So, and I really have been eyeing those books for a long time. And I was just like, well, I just don't want to mess with the shipping and all the other stuff. And then, I did it. So, yeah, it's done. They're coming. I think I got, well, I couldn't get, what was it? No, it's not Ticket to Dreams. What is it? Magical Hour, I think it's not the newest one. The newest one is, well, shoot, I can't remember. It's a hardback book, but I did not end up getting that one. I got the other ones that are all spiral bound. But I got Magic Hour, was not available on her website anymore, so I had to get that on Etsy. And then I ended up getting another book from that seller too. And then I got Ticket to Dreams and Imaginary Friends. And then I also grabbed a couple of the coloring postcards that she had. I thought those looked interesting because I've seen Clara Markova do that, and I thought that was pretty cool. I really liked Imogen from Coloring Kid has been coloring those, and they're so cute. So I'm interested to see what her version of that is. So yeah, so 3 books, 2 sets of postcards, I believe. And yeah. Well, and then another added Japanese book on top of that. Plus I did an Etsy order from a Japanese shop as well. I ordered 5 books. I got, this was not this week. This was last week. I can't remember. It might have been a week and a half ago. I got the Ken Matsuda book. I got the several Japanese coloring books that I've been eyeing. And I can't remember what the other one was. There was another reason that I was shopping on Etsy. I just can't remember what it is. Okay, so this one I am going to keep a little bit brighter right at the edges because that's where the moonlight is hitting it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm focusing really hard on my picture today. Most of the stuff that I have in my head to talk about is not necessarily happy stuff. And I don't know if I want to turn my channel into that. I definitely don't want to make the whole video about it. So maybe we'll just talk about that later towards the end of the video. So we have that to look forward to. I'm usually a pretty happy person, pretty positive about things. This week has been a little rough for us, personally and in our city. So, I did get my first vaccine shot, so that's awesome. My husband and I went this week, and where's my color? There it is. we went this week and got our shots, and they had it set up so awesomely. I want to see, do I want... what do we think? I think I'm gonna do, let's do some, I don't know, I want these down here to be, I really should have maybe planned out my colors before I shot this. Do we want yellow tulips? Tulips always seem to be yellow. Let's go with yellow. Let's just color the yellow tulips. That will work. So I'm gonna grab my light yellow, which is this one. I'm gonna grab this sunburst color and this other Black Widow one. Okay. I'm gonna set my blues aside. I got my yellows. Anyway, so they had the clinic set up really awesome. You walked in. Nope, that was not what I went to color yellow. Okay, let's do the actual things I'm coloring yellow. You walked in, the registration was right there. It was like this big, almost like a conference center kind of place. So there was different rooms set up, and they were using offices, and then they had some little like cubbies set up for people to get their shots in, and a nurse at each station, and you just did a little quick question and answer, and then you got your shot. I will say, we got the Moderna shot. We had planned on getting the Johnson & Johnson one, and then it was paused the day before we were supposed to get our shot, so we ended up having to go to a different place, and we just wanted to get it done. So we just signed up for the next one that was available, and it happened to be the Moderna. I'm not well versed on, the huge differences between the shots, but as far as I know, the Moderna and is it Pfizer, maybe, that they're pretty similar. They kind of stem the same, or started the same way, I guess. But it's both two shots each, and you have to wait, like, I think 28 days between the two. The only thing that happened, I got kind of tired after the shot, and then my arm has been sore for 2 to 3 days since that happened. It's not as bad today, which is nice, but I wasn't able to lay on my side even, because it still was pretty tender to the touch. But yeah, I'm on my way to being vaccinated, so that's the good news. Although when they said, my first thought, and I'm not a scary movie person, but my first thought when they said that you have to wait 28 days for your next one, all I could think of was that, isn't there a movie called like 28 Days Later or something, where there's zombies and stuff that start popping up? And that was my initial thought. I was like, oh God, I'm going to turn into a zombie. There's going to be a zombie apocalypse. Or maybe it's, yeah, I think it's 28 Days Later. I don't know. Something with the number 28, I think. Yeah. So that was fun. That gave me real nice dreams that night. Oh, man. Does anybody else have crazy dreams? Like, I have repeating dreams. Not necessarily the same thing happens in each dream, but I'm always in the same house, which is this weird, creepy house. Like, part of it is all normal, but then you go through this doorway, and then you're like in this old Victorian era home, and it's haunted, and there's ghosts, and whew. I don't know what that says about my subconscious, but yeah, it's I don't like when those dreams pop up because I always end up losing a kid, and it's typically my youngest. She gets taken by the ghosts or whatever. And it's so weird how dreams can just implant a memory into your mind, even though it's not real, it never happened. But I can see my youngest daughter just getting like snatched out of the air. And the same feeling, I can feel what I was feeling when that happened. And dreams are crazy. I still remember one I had when I was little too. I had, it was in the house that I lived in, but something was happening, and then all of a sudden these like giant tentacles started coming out of the floor vents to grab people and stuff. Oh, I was so terrified when I woke up. Okay, so this is kind of supposed to be springy, I think. So let's do some pinks. We'll do some pinkish reds maybe on the mushrooms. I probably need to color the stalks. Oh, there's a mushroom color. Let's use mushroom for the mushrooms. I don't think I've ever used this color. Maybe I have. Let's do mushroom and ice cream. I really like these, some of these monarch colors. They're really cool. Sorry about having to sharpen everything. I did not plan well on this. There we go. So we're going to do a light layer of ice cream on the bottoms of the, yeah, that's like a perfect mushroom color too, isn't it? Let's see, what else is going on? I've been getting quite a few coloring pages done. Last week after my weekend WIP, I finished 3 WIPs, which was super surprising. And one of them had been a really long time WIP, and another one had been one that I was pretty sure I wasn't going to ever finish. So these are definitely helping me finish some pages, which if you've seen my flip throughs, you know, or my collection videos, you know I have a few, just a few. Boy, this is an absolutely perfect color for mushroom stalks. Holy cow. I love that it's called mushroom. Love it. Okay, I think I'm going to color, should I color all the stalks that color? Or maybe I should change it to a little bit more of a peachy tone. Let's do that. Let's do, instead of ice cream, we're going to do, let's actually just go with peach. We'll just grab the peach. Where are you, peach? There you are. Another one from the Monarch set. Yeah. And again, since this is the lighter color, I'm just going to lightly. So for this page, I might actually come through on some of these stalks. I might come through with a fine liner even, because there's some really thin pieces in there. I don't know, maybe not. I'm just happy to be coloring this. I haven't worked on this in so long. I mean, it's been years since I've colored in this book. Because you can tell, like, I have a tiny, tiny bit of shading on the skin, but you can't hardly see it. I probably will add in some more shading. Her hair is not bad. But yeah, and it's, it's crazy to see how much your coloring style changes too. Because I've been doing this for, 5 years now, I think. Yeah, really interesting to see how your coloring style changes. I haven't been like as dedicated as some of the other ladies. I think that's for as long, but I have been coloring for that long. I mean, I've always been coloring. It started when I was little, you know. I feel like I need a little bit of shadow there. So what do we think? We need a nice gray. Probably these warmer grays. Let's try this charcoal. Ooh, that almost knocked my tea over. That would have been bad. Okay, I think I'm going to move my tea. Let's move it to that side. And let's see if I can get this charcoal in here. That might be a little too dark, but it is what it is now. I kind of want to get in here where these other shadows are too. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Well, we're going to talk about it. So my daughter, my youngest, she had a kickball game this week, and this is the first year she's played. She doesn't quite have a grasp on the rules and everything that you can and can't do. And she has some social anxiety issues. So to start off, she's already nervous being at the game. Her best friend that is normally on the team was not able to come to this game, so she was feeling out of place. And then she made a mistake. She crossed in front of the kicker when they were pitching and didn't realize that she was supposed to go back around behind. I mean, it makes sense, but she wasn't thinking. And then several of the girls on her team were yelling at her. I think they were yelling at her to get out of the way, to like move because she wasn't supposed to be there. But she took it in a way that just like immediately not only embarrassed her, but made her feel terrible. And then the ref stopped the game and warned the whole team about it because I guess a couple other girls had done it, and Becca just happened to be the one who got the attention drawn to it. So she took it pretty hard, and I don't know. She's a sweet girl, and I wish other people would see that. She's not one of the girls that everybody gravitates towards. And I know that these other girls don't leave her out on purpose. They're not mean to her. They just don't think to include her. It's just, and it hurts my heart to watch it. I hate it. But then, we'll get home, and then 10 minutes later after we're home, she's fine. She seems fine. I think she's secure in the knowledge that she has us. She knows that we love her unconditionally. She knows that she does have friends. It's just not as many as she would want, or with some of the girls who everybody else wants to be friends with. So it's a hard thing to watch. My older daughter kind of went through that as well, but she ended up with a good core group of friends. My son just breezed through. He was friends with everybody. Everybody liked him. So, I don't know. Watching your kids try to maneuver through this stuff is hard. I give her as much advice as I can, but I can't fix it for her. Like, I can't go up to those other girls and say, you need to play with my daughter. That's not how it works. She'll never learn how to make her own way in the world if I start fixing all of her problems. So this is one where I'm trying to step back a little bit. Like when they were younger, you know, I would intervene on occasion and be like, hey, can Becca play with you guys? And be like, yeah, that'd be great. And now it's just, I just can't. This age is when it starts, all the cliques form, and I'm just not looking forward to it. She's way more emotional about it than my older daughter was too. So we'll see. We'll see. She's 9 going on 16 though, so it's going to be an adventure, that's for sure. But on the plus side, my husband went out yesterday and was working with her on her kicks because she, like I said, it's her first year playing, so she didn't really know. She knows how to kick a ball, but she didn't know like how to really kick it really good, you know? So he was out there working with her yesterday, and she just improved, like even in the half hour that they were working on it, she improved so much. So super excited about that. Sorry, I'm not coloring at all, and I'm just talking. So I said I wanted to do some pinks on this, I think. So let's get some fancy pink. Let's see. Ugh, why can't I find anything? Okay, there's my fancy pink, which is this one. And then we'll do, let's do the pretty pink. That'll be my lighter color, actually. Why is that not in the right order? And then let's do this strawberry one. That's my tiny one. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have some pink mushrooms now. Okay, so we've got, it's gonna be a very springy page, even though it's dark out. Is that the right one? Yes. What else? We did get our vacation all planned out. I don't know if I talked about that last time, but super excited for that. It's not happening till this summer, but I'm still really looking forward to it. Oh, I think I did talk about that. Lots of Michigan stuff last time. My son came home yesterday, and he, excuse me, he had been having just this really awesome day, and he had felt good. He'd gotten compliments on his shirt that he was allowed to wear to school because they normally are in uniform, but they had a dress out day. So he got a compliment on the shirt that he was wearing. You know, he felt super awesome, and he got to his last period class, which is his religion class, and they were talking about genocide, and they made the kids watch Hotel Rwanda, which, if you haven't seen it, is a seriously, I mean, it's a serious movie. And he was just like, what is happening right now? He was so caught off guard. There was no warning from the teacher either that they were going to watch this movie. And several of the kids were just in shock at what they were seeing, which I think was the point that the teacher was making, was this is stuff that happens and you need to be aware of it. But yeah, he was so caught off guard. So he got in the car. He's like, Mom, why would they do that? And then we got in this whole discussion about, you know, what happened. And I'm not as well versed as I should be on what happened. So he was actually telling me some stuff. And then later at dinner, we all got into a conversation about wars for some reason. I can't remember why. But then we were talking about like different documentaries we've watched, and realized we've watched a lot of documentaries about war. I think it's something that my husband likes to learn about, so maybe that's why we watch so many. But we've seen the Ken Burns one about the Civil War, and then we've watched several about World War II and Vietnam, and yeah, we've seen a lot. I do like to watch documentaries about history, about one of the favorite ones, our favorite ones that we've been watching lately is this show called Modern Marvels. And it currently is going through like different foods that shaped America, which is so funny to think about, but it's really true. Like, you know, the people that started this restaurant called White Castle were like the first people in America to really make a hamburger patty really popular. And I mean, that's what I think a lot of people think of when they think of America. Yeah, you go there and you get a hamburger. That's just what you do. Yeah, so it was really interesting to learn all that stuff about these people who started these companies. And I mean, they went through all like different kind of fast food restaurants. Like they went through a Burger King and McDonald's one. They talked about Coke versus Pepsi. I mean, it was just all of these food companies that really revolutionized how the food industry was done. And it was really cool to learn about it all. My favorite parts, though, are they have these actors who are reenacting the things. And yeah, I can't imagine how hard it is to be an actor and to try to get a job. And the fact that you got a job to begin with is a huge accomplishment. So I'm going to start by saying that. But some of them are so funny. And they don't have enough budget, I don't think, for costumes, because a lot of the times they're in the same outfit through the entire thing. I mean, it's lots of different scenes, you know, when things happen, but they're always in the same outfit. And I try not to let it distract me and try to just keep focused on, you know, the actual story. But it's just humorous to me, I think. It's just funny. But yeah, I really like that. I really like it when they talk about anything that's like a huge engineering feat. So, you know, when they started building skyscrapers and anytime they talk about bridges, I'm enthralled. I love bridges for some weird reason. I don't know why. But I always have. So yeah, it's a show called Modern Marvels. I don't know if you can get it in other parts of the world because it's on the History Channel here, so I'm not sure. It might be available to be like streamed online. It's really good, really cool show. Yeah, I like this. This is, like I said, it's going to be a very springy page. Let's see what else. We've got I've not been reading. I've only been that's all I've been doing. I haven't been doing anything else lately. Lots and lots of coloring. So no reading. I haven't really even been watching my shows. I'm very far behind on my D&D game that I like to watch, which is starting to stress me out a little bit because my brother sent me a text. he said, hey, have you seen such and such show? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. And he's like, oh, I won't say anything. I said, no, you can't do that. Now I have to like speed watch all of it, or, you know, just do not binge watch and do nothing but that for the next several days so I can find out what he was talking about. They're coming up to a very serious part of the show, so I'm getting a little worried that they're all gonna die. And I really don't want that to happen. Yeah, so not been reading. I tried to read a chapter the other day, and I got through one chapter, but then I was just like, no, I'm not feeling this right now. I hope I can. I love to read. I can't focus on it for some reason right now. So hoping that will kick back in here soon. All right, let's get this last mushroom done, and then I think that'll be it for today. Which one's lighter? I think yeah. I think I want to give this one a few little ridges. Now this might be a little self-explanatory, but sometimes on these mushrooms, they kind of, you know, they dip and curve and stuff. And to give them that appearance, you can kind of draw these little, it's like a little wedge shape, a skinny little wedge shape. And then you can darken that in, and then when you blend it out, it kind of creates that appearance. You just lightly shade out from each of those sides, and it creates that curved appearance. It's pretty cool. A lot of this top part's going to be light because it's I'm going to actually come in with my white because that's in the moonlight. All right, since we are just about done, I will talk about this other thing that I do want to mention, and I'm asking everyone that's watching to say a prayer, send out healing, peaceful vibes, good thoughts, whatever it is that you do. There was another mass shooting in the US, and it happened in my hometown. A person who worked at FedEx, and it was a kid. It was a 19-year-old kid. Went out and went to FedEx where he had formerly worked and just started shooting people. He killed 8 people. Wounded, I'm not even sure how many others are wounded. And then turned the gun on himself. And, yeah, it's heartbreaking. Just, it's really rough. And anytime I see that stuff, I feel terrible for the families that have been affected. I also feel terribly for this poor person who was so driven with, who knows what, but to be driven to that point to commit that kind of heinous act, I can't imagine what they had been going through. And it is so sad to think that that person thought that that was their only option in life. Yeah, that's been on my mind a lot lately, and well, the past day, because it really just happened. So that, and then been hearing some of the police officers that have been involved in shootings have been returning to work, and I don't have the words for that. Whew. It's just been a rough year with all of with COVID and everything. The civil rights movements, and whew, it's been a lot. So if anybody out there is struggling, I'm right there with you. And I know a lot of people in this country are, and a lot of people around the world are. So give yourself some credit for getting up today, for coloring a page today, for making yourself breakfast, because it's a hard world. And yeah. So give the ones that you love a hug today, and let somebody, or, send somebody a text or send somebody a message and let them know that you're thinking of them and you care for them. And yeah. Sorry to end this on such a somber note, but I needed everybody that might watch this to kind of send those positive healing thoughts to people today. So, all right. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. To all my new subscribers, I'm not usually this sad, but I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you watching. Thank you to anyone who's left me a lovely comment. I really, truly appreciate those. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.